Judy Garland, this is my salute to you. When it came to singing, you were really blessed. You sang your songs in vaudeville, Broadway, and the movies, and always a little better than the rest. And just in case you haven't guessed by now, you'll always be remembered as the best. Remember her songs?
Judy Garland pretty much made me want to go into the theater and to show business and to sing. When I was a little kid, I loved acting, I loved, but I wasn't totally, totally committed into becoming a singer until I started singing around the living room with my mother and dancing to Judy Garland records. And we would do that, and that was our fun time. And we sang with others, but Judy was her favorite and was my favorite, even at the time I was 5 years old. Although I'm known primarily as the voice of Belle from the film of Beauty and the Beast, I performed on Broadway for 20+ years. Actually, right now I'm closer to 30 years. And I made my Broadway debut as Ellie Mae Chipley in Showboat with Donald O'Connor. And I played Fantine, I played Mystery of Edwin Drood on Broadway and the national tour. And Les Mis was the last Broadway lead that I had, Fantine and Les Mis. It was great. Well, how funny, when I was auditioning for Beauty and the Beast, the film, for the voice of Belle, the producer and the writers, Howard Ashman, and the director, Dirk, said, you really have a little Judy in your voice. I think that's what's really made us fall in love with you. And they said that they had picked me. I had 5 auditions, but they had made up their minds pretty much after the first audition.
Well, the first time Paige and I met, it was at a concert. It was Songs My Mother Taught Me with Lorna Luft. And we were introduced that evening, but we really didn't, get to know each other that well. And then I approached her a year later, because all the time I was working on the script, the name Paige O'Hara kept coming to my mind and coming to my mind. I was, well, I don't know, And so it just kept coming to me and coming to me. So I thought, she should be the first person I presented the script to. So I sent it to her, or sent her a letter that I wanted to meet with her after one of her shows, and it was the first time I ever got invited back into the green room. I was so excited. And she comes back, and I gave her the script, and actually you were rushing. She had to catch a flight out of town, so we really didn't get to talk. But I got a call from her. What is it?
She's become a really great friend, but she was at that time taking care of all my fan mail, but we became best friends as a result.
And that's Jill. And Jill was just like Richard. Paige read the script twice last night on the way home, and she loves it. And I was so thrilled I could hardly contain myself. And so I went out and I found her CD, which was difficult to find at that time. And I was going to work. It was a terribly overcast day. The sky was gray. I put it in. I started listening to the first song, and I was like, it was actually the second song. It was You with Michael. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, God, is that my Judy? And then the next song comes on, which was La Cage à Faux, and she's hitting these really deep Judy-type notes in it. And I look up, and there's a pink balloon, which my favorite color is pink, and it just appears from nowhere, out in front of my car. I hit it, just as she hits this note, it shoots up into the sky, and the sky fills with lightning and just starts to pour down. And I was just like, oh God, that's a sign. It is my Judy. And I just started to cry, and I cried all the way to work. And that was when I was like, for sure, that God was there with us, and that Paige really was the person who was supposed to do it, and that's why she kept coming to me the whole time I was writing it.
Well, what's wonderful about Richard's script and his music in this is that he has captured the essence of the true Judy Garland. And there have been a lot of projects on Judy that have failed, that have been out there, that haven't been truly, I think, showing the true character of who the woman was. And what's wonderful is he shows her funny side, her vulnerable side, her tragic side, but also the side of Judy who inspires. I fell especially in love with one moment. The night they all think that she's going to win the Academy Award for Star is Born, and they have the camera set up in the hospital, and she's giving birth to Joey. And lo and behold, she doesn't get it. It was Grace Kelly, right?
Grace Kelly.
And then Judy, she sings this beautiful song on Who Needs Oscar? I've Got Joe. And that song that was it. It got me. I had a ball, but the party's over. I could stay. I really think I Had a Ball, the song I Had a Ball, really captures Judy. It shows so many levels of her life, and you know that this is at the end of her life when she's singing this song. And it's basically saying she has no regrets. She had a wonderful time. But I had a ball, and it's all because of you. She is truly the greatest singer of all time. I think she's also one of our greatest actresses of all time and one of our greatest comedians of all time. I think a lot of times people tend to forget what a terrific actress she was and what the levels and the complexities of her talent. And her comedy was just, I mean, just as good as anyone on the screen in that day. Yeah, I think you know, it's an intimidating thing to think that, oh, you know, nobody can be Judy, but I'm gonna give it my best shot.
So, Judy Garland, just before I go, there's one thing more I wanted you to know. My heart beats like a hammer, and I stutter and I stutter.